Today on the podcast, I've got a bunch of theme park news to get into, including the current state of Epic Universe. Is Universal allowing way too many people into Epic Universe nowadays? And should you possibly delay your upcoming trip? Then, Halloween Horror Nights dropped a bunch of news over the last several days. We've got updates on scare zones and brand new street experiences. Plus, Legoland is blasting off with massive space-themed expansions coming to both the California and Florida parks. And yes, new roller coasters are on the way. I'll also get into Universal's brand new traveling theme park exhibit and a bunch more in the Express Lane segment. Then, to round up today's episode, I've got a ton of videos to react to, including the brand new Walt Disney animatronic that has fans, let's just say, really upset. All that and more coming up on today's brand new episode of the podcast. So sit back and enjoy the ride. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to A Theme Pahk Podcast. I'm your host, Frankie Screams, back with you again for episode number 12 of the show. And today, we're getting straight into the topics. I want to jump right over to what we've got cooking. And our first topic of the day is the current state of Epic Universe. And the reason I want to bring up Epic Universe today is because this park over the last several weeks has been overwhelmed, especially the last few days. Last week, the park had its highest capacity ever. The wait times were absolutely insane for every single ride, and people were miserable. There were tons of statuses in Facebook groups and on Reddit forums. Everybody was complaining about not having a good time at these parks. And honestly, I can't really blame them because right now, those parks do not look like a good time. It looks like they're going full-blown 50,000 people in this park at minimum. So right now, let's jump to Thrill Data and actually look at the hard numbers. Let's look at the hard facts and let's see exactly what is going on. I've got ThrillData.com pulled up for Epic Universe. We'll go through all the regular graphs that they show. So currently, this is right now. Look at how high the average wait time is. The average wait time right now at 11:50 on Monday, July 21st, the average wait time is 92 minutes. And you can see that is the highest it's been all day. It keeps going higher and higher. I remember when the dotted line actually used to be right here for average wait times. Now it's up here, and before you know it, it's just going to be even higher because look at these times. The average wait time for rides right now is 92 minutes. But here's the real kicker, guys. You scroll down, look at this. This is the live wait times currently on a Monday at Epic Universe. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge is at 210 minutes. Holy shit. Dude, that is not worth it. Do not ever wait in line for this ride for 3.5 hours. That is absurd. To the people standing in line right now, holy shit, I feel so bad for you guys. That is rough. I've talked about it on the show before. That ride is not worth waiting an hour for, if you ask me. Don't ever make that mistake. Never jump in that line if it's more than an hour. You're doing a disservice to yourself. And then you look at Stardust Racers, 150 minutes. That's over 2 hours for Stardust Racers. Harry Potter's actually down a little bit at 135 minutes. Hiccup's Wing Gliders at 105 minutes. Minecart at 90 minutes. Toothless still averaging 85. Yoshi is at 85. Fire Drill's at 75. Curse of the Werewolf 60. Dragon Racers Rally 60. My Boy, the Homie, Monsters Unchained only 35 minutes. And then the Carousel 10 minutes. But holy shit, guys, when you look at that Mario Kart number, that is absolutely absurd. 3.5 hours, that is like half of the day wasted in line at Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Let's keep going, guys. Let's look at this wait time calendar for the month of July. As you can see, things have heated up in a major way. Just last week on the 16th, it was the highest wait time average day ever with 85 minutes. That day was miserable for people. The park was like 100 degrees. It was over capacity, way too many fucking lines. Everybody was waiting over an hour for basically everything. It was brutal. Then you scroll down, we've got the daily average wait times. Things were so chill when they first opened the park during previews here. Then here's when they first opened the park. And then here was last month in June. It was pretty high, but then on the 16th, like I said, was it the 17th? No, it was the 16th. On the 16th, you can see, man, the wait times skyrocketed. And it looks like that might be the new normal at Epic Universe because Universal is not throttling capacity anymore. It's looking like 50,000 people are in that park at any given day now, maybe more. Who even knows? By the week, here's your average wait time. And you can see July has been fucking brutal. And I do apologize for swearing. If you're a new listener, I swear a lot. This probably isn't a show for kids. I did get a comment the other day that was like, thanks for dropping the F-bomb in front of my kids. I feel terrible about that. I'm really sorry. I did give a warning a couple episodes ago that I swear a lot. So just want to throw out another warning for you as well. Here's your average wait times by month. You can see that first month, things were so chill. June was pretty brutal. And then July, even more brutal. All right. So we've looked at thrill data enough for today. What I want to say is I don't think this park is worth attending over these next couple of weeks, maybe even months. They don't care about all of their lines being over 60 minutes. They really could care less, it seems. They want to make that money. They need to make their money back, actually. This park has a lot of buzz. It's a brand new multi-billion-dollar park, and it's drawing the crowds that we thought it would. The biggest factor, I think, in everything going on right now with this park getting really busy is word is spreading. When the park first opened, there were millions and millions and millions of people and families all over the world, all over the country that didn't even know Epic Universe was open or was even coming. Now that the park is open, people are posting on social media all the time. You've got the Peacock TV special dropping this week. You've got news and media and outlets talking about Epic Universe everywhere you look now. So people are being informed and people are starting to book their vacations. People are doing last minute trips as well. And you can see that with this data here on thrillData.com. This park is getting super, super busy. So here's what I have to say to anybody that has a trip planned for Epic Universe over the next couple of months. July, let's just say July is a wash. If you're going in July over these next couple of days, you're going to be in the thick of it. It's going to be pretty bad for you. For August, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty much the same. It's still summer vacation. A lot of families are going to be doing their trips in August right before kids go back to school. I do think that Epic Universe is going to be way too busy and not to mention way too fucking hot to go to in August. September, I think things will come down just a little bit after Labor Day. Kids will be back in school. I think a lot more locals will start going to check out the park, though. So that could increase capacity a little bit. That could increase things a little bit. But for the most part, I do think early September will be okay. I don't think it's going to be like great. I don't think it's going to be like it was during previews, but I think it'll be okay. I think you'll have a decent time if you go. And then going into late September, and then all of October, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty worried. I'm actually going myself at the first week of October. I'll be at Epic Universe for one day only. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little concerned about it. For October, for late September, and then all of October, you've got the Halloween Horror Nights crowd coming in. So I think that is going to be a huge factor for Epic Universe. And I do think that Epic Universe is going to be super, super busy. My advice to you is if you have plans to be at this park over the next couple of months, you may want to delay or just skip out on Epic Universe for this trip entirely and check it out next time, because I don't want your first time going to this park to be miserable. I don't want you to end up like these people that jump on Facebook and Reddit that blast Universal and talk mad shit. They're having an awful time. They're coming up with all the excuses in the world of everything about operations and the food and wait times and all that. It all comes down to there's just way too many people at this theme park right now. You're not going to have a good time. Come back in a couple of months. You'll have a blast. I do think things will settle down once we get into our post-holiday season, just like any other year at the Universal parks, or at the Orlando parks, I should say. January, February, March might get a little busy. April might be a little busy because of spring break. Early May could be good like it was this year. But right now, the park is too busy, man. I feel bad for anybody that is going to these parks over the next couple of months. Fast passes, I don't think are even worth it right now. You're spending way too much money, and then you're still waiting in a bunch of lines. Some of the best rides don't even have fast passes. I just don't think it's worth it. So that's all I had to say about Epic Universe today. Let's move on to our featured stories of the day. Story number 1. Tons of Halloween Horror Nights news has dropped. HHN in Orlando has been hitting us with update after update this week. Scare zones, street experiences, and even more buzz about Terrifier. Let's break it all down. First up, the scare zones. We've got 2 brand new scare zone announcements this week. First one is the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, described as a spooky winding path to a mysterious home where trick-or-treaters are transformed into cats. My biggest fear of my life. I reported on this because it was a leaked rumor a couple of weeks ago. If you guys remember, I am not a fan of cats. I'm terrified by cats. So this scare zone I will be avoiding at all costs. I have no interest in meeting the cat lady. I have no interest in becoming a cat myself. I will be skipping that one for sure. But it does sound like one of the more It does sound like one of the more story-driven scare zones this year. But like I said, that's a pass for me, dog. I'm gonna be skipping that one. The next one is Toxic 20s. Picture this: a BuzzCon truck hauling radioactive cargo crashes into a mobster getaway car in a 1920s neighborhood, triggering toxic chaos. This one blends Prohibition vibes with full-on mutation horror. That is a lot. There's a lot going on with that one. You've got radioactive cargo crashing into a mobster getaway car in the 1920s. This is a wild concept here, but I am so for it. The concept art looks really, really cool. I will not be avoiding this one. I'll definitely check out this one. And it sounds like it might be one of the more unique scare zones we've seen in quite some time. So I'm excited for that. Then moving on, we've got new street experiences. What could this possibly be? Universal announced Mel's Die-In and Club Horror as part of a all-new street experience. Their words: brave all-new street experiences that take the horror to new heights, featuring zombie car hops and undead DJs. And then I think it says more. Yeah, undead DJs and a lot more. No full details yet, but it sounds like we're getting atmospheric horror laid into the areas you walk through. So they're not just scare zones, but they are like mini performances, possibly tied into the food and show sections of Halloween Horror Nights. It's cool that they're doing something with Mel's Diner because a lot of people love Mel's Diner. So Mel's Diner is getting transformed into Mel's Die-In and Club Horror as part of a new street experience. Can't wait to see what that is. Moving on. Let's talk some Terrifier. On Twitter, a fan asked John Murdy, who, by the way, is a creative director for HHN. He asked if the Terrifier house would include a pre-show. His answer was, yes, that's going to take a lot of time to block with performers. So based off of that reply, yes, a pre-show has been confirmed for the Terrifier haunted house. It's also been confirmed that the Terrifier house will have 2 endings. Yes, that is right. You've probably heard this by now, but the Terrifier house will have 2 different endings. One will be labeled dry and one will be labeled wet. So if you've seen the Terrifier movies, you probably know what that means. If you go through that wet ending, you're going to get soaked with blood. Me personally, yeah, I'll be getting soaked with blood. Why not? Let's do this. You only get to go through a Terrifier house possibly once. And finally, media event updates. at a UK-based Halloween Horror Nights preview event. I'm not sure exactly what the event was. I was supposed to look into it. It might have been a con or some kind of press conference. I don't know. I didn't go. I didn't check it out, but I did see the tweets. Darren Scott reported a ton of insight shared by Laura Sauls. Sauls, is that how you say it? Laura Sauls. Shared by Laura Sauls, a longtime creative behind HHN. And she talked about house details, scare zones, and inspiration. I've got the full thread right here. Let's go to it, and I'm going to read some of the standouts. There's way too many to read all of them. So if you do want to read all of them, go to @Darren_Scott's Twitter account, and you can see the whole thread there. But I'll read off a couple of the ones that I thought were pretty sick. HHN will be taking immersion to the next level. Fans are advised to pay attention to socials as they will be dropping content all week and next week and throughout the rest of July. Fallout will check boxes for both gamers and show fans. You'll see the Vaults, the Bloody Wedding, Rad Roach, Gulper, T60, and a lot more. That's good news for Fallout fans. For fans of Terrifier are in for an incredible experience. The team at HHN worked very closely with the creator of Terrifier on this house, which they say is the bloodiest and goriest house HHN has ever done. I mean, we kind of seen that one coming when you're going to do a house about Terrifier, but now they said it, so you can expect it. The Jason Universe house will have multiple versions of Jason and a gauntlet of Jasons. The house is described as Insidious times 10. Grave of Flesh, this is one of the original houses that was recently announced. What happens after you die? Are you being eaten by vicious flesh eaters? You're going to be at your gravesite where you'll see the smell and the soil being put on top of you. You'll really feel like you're being buried. All right, hold up a second here, because I was excited for this one, but if they're going to throw dirt on me and bury me and make me feel like I'm getting buried alive, I'm going to freak the F out on that one. I don't know if I could do that. El Artista, A Spanish Haunting, features the conservatory, which contains the origins of horror, which ties into the overarching theme of the event this year. A beautiful house with not one facade, but 3. That's pretty epic. The reduced scare zones from last year have been thrown out the window. You're going to be seeing a lot more scare actors around the park. The HHN bar is back along with the photo ops in hotels. Fans of Five Nights at Freddy's can expect announcements incoming, stressing you are going to love the things, plural, that they are doing. So what I think that means is I think we're going to get a I think we're going to get a Five Nights house. And I also think we're going to get a Five Nights themed something, whether it's a restaurant, an arcade possibly. Who knows? I think they're going to get super creative with this one. Could it be a separate little mini walkthrough? I have no idea. Could it be a scare zone? Who knows? We're going to find out soon, hopefully. All right, that is it from the Halloween Horror Nights news update of the week. Like I said, if you want to see some more inside scoops from the UK event, check out Darren_Scott on Twitter. He's got a whole thread going on. You can see it all. But it's time to move on to story number 2. Universal Theme Parks, the exhibition, coming to Philly in 2026. Universal is heading to Philadelphia, but not with a theme park. In 2026, a massive new experience called Universal Theme Parks, the exhibition, will debut at the Franklin Institute in Philly. It's a first of its kind traveling museum experience. It will give fans an in-depth behind the scenes look at the making of Universal's world famous theme parks. The exhibit will open February 14th, 2026 and run through September 7th. Covering over 18,000 square feet across 8 themed galleries. We're talking props, ride vehicles, costumes, concept art, and plenty of interactive elements. Basically, if you've ever wondered what it's like to build a Universal theme park, this is your chance to find out. Themed areas inside include, and this is just what's been confirmed, storytelling and wonder, likely covering park design and narrative. Then, technology and innovation, where you can expect to see the engineering and tech that powers your favorite attractions. Then, scares and horror, featuring favorites from Halloween Horror Nights and the Dark Universe. And then some of the properties featured so far include the Jurassic Park River Adventure, How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, and Epic Universe sneak peeks. And real quick sidebar on the Epic Universe sneak peeks. I have a feeling they're going to be giving us sneak peeks into the expansions at Epic Universe in this exhibition. If they said Epic Universe sneak peeks, what are you going to give us a sneak peek of? The shit that they've already got opened? No. They're going to give you sneak peeks of the expansion plots that are already confirmed and being worked on. So that is very exciting. I think we'll be finding out about these expansions next year, which is great. I love to hear that. Another thing confirmed is guests will get to design their own roller coaster and even create their own Universal monster as part of the interactive experiences. The exhibit is being produced by Universal Destinations and Experiences in collaboration with MDSX, a design firm best known for working on the Happily Ever After and Disney Enchantment nighttime shows at Walt Disney World. They have also handled exhibits for places like the Kennedy Space Center. So, they've got a big major player partner when it comes to this exhibit. MDSX is a big deal and a huge partner to have with them. Universal has also confirmed this will be a traveling exhibit. Future stops haven't been announced yet, but we'll be watching closely. So, this is really cool, really cool news, guys. I cannot believe how much Universal is doing lately. You've got Epic Universe, you've got new things happening at studios, new things happening at Studios Hollywood, 2 Horror Unleashed locations opening, 1 in Vegas in like 2 weeks. You've got another one opening in Chicago in 2026, 27, I believe. You've got the kids resort in Texas. There's probably things I'm forgetting. Universal is going full force right now. They are taking a huge leap over these last several years. They want to be a big player. And you know what? They are a big player now, and they are giving Disney a run for their money. Disney is basically asleep. When you look at what Universal Studios is doing, Universal Studios is like up and running and creating and just going all out with expanding. And then you look at Disney and it's like, yo, Disney, wake up, dude. Do something. You're poking Disney. You're like, do something, bro. We need something bigger. And they have finally kind of snapped out of it. They made the announcements. We've got the Villains Land opening. We've got the Cars Land opening. They're working on it. But knowing Disney, it's probably going to take a really long time before we get the opening of these new lands. In the meantime, Universal is just opening things, making announcements, just doing so much. They're giving fans of theme parks so much to bite into. And me personally, I really appreciate it. Shout out to Universal. I'm so stoked for everything they've got going on. As far as this exhibit goes, this is sick. It's going to be traveling too. So it's going to be, It's going to be open for like 8 or 9 months in Philly, and then it's going to be traveling. Who knows where it will end up after that? If I had to guess, it's not going to be on the East Coast for the second location. We'll probably go to the West Coast for that. Maybe even go to the UK or something like that. Dude, speaking of the UK, that's another thing Universal has going on. They're building a whole nother massive theme park in the UK. Holy shit, these guys just are not letting off the gas. I love it. Universal's killing it. But yeah, this exhibit is going to be sick. It's in Philly. That's about a 6-hour drive for me. I might have to take that drive. I'm not going to lie. I might have to take that drive because this is like a theme park nerd's dream to go check out something like this. Pretty much excited for everything that they have lined up. I want to see it all. That will be it for that story. Moving on to our final story, our final featured story of today's episode. Story number 3, Legoland is going intergalactic with new indoor coasters on both coasts. Legoland is gearing up for the biggest investment in its history, and it's taking us straight into space. Hopefully, it's nothing like Mission Space in Epcot because nobody wants that. Merlin Entertainment, the company behind Legoland, has announced 2 brand new space-themed indoor roller coasters. One is coming to Legoland, Florida, and the other to Legoland, Cali, both launching in early 2026. That's right around the corner, by the way. These coasters are part of an expansion that Merlin is calling their most ambitious in-park investment ever, to the tune of $90 million between the 2 parks. So they're not going the cheap route here. They're not trying to pinch pennies. They're spending a lot of money on these expansions here. Let's break down what we know so far. In Florida, the new ride will be housed inside Legoland Spaceport 885, named after the classic Lego Space scooter set number 885. This is the first new coaster to open in the main Legoland Florida park since it debuted back in 2011. The coaster is being built as the most technologically advanced attraction Legoland has ever built. And Merlin says it's not just a ride. It's a fully immersive mission that starts the moment you enter the building. From the themed queue experience to the interactive storytelling and the launch itself, this attraction is aimed squarely at families with kids ages 2 to 12, but it sounds like it'll be a hit for adults too. Guests will exit into a brand new merchandise location called Orbital Outposts, stocked with space-themed gifts and Lego sets. There's also a Duplo tot spot for the little ones. Did I say that right? Duplo tot spot? Duplo? Maybe it's Duplo. There's also a Duplo tot spot for the little ones to crawl and play inside a shaded, soft, surfaced area nearby. And then before I give you my thoughts, we'll go over this Cali one. Then over in California, Legoland isn't just getting the same ride. It's getting a whole new land to go with it. Their space-themed coaster will launch from Legoland Spaceport 886, a nod to the original Lego Space Buggy set. This marks the first new coaster at Legoland Cali in over 20 years, and it's arriving with a full ecosystem around it. The new land will include a junior astronaut training zone toddler play area, a galactic grub and gear, a new quick service dining location, and a themed retail space to round out the experience. Both rides are being developed by Merlin Magic Making in partnership with the Lego Group, and the creative leads behind the project say their goal is to let families explore space together in a way only Lego can deliver. And then the big picture. This comes during a busy time for Legoland, especially in Florida. Early this year, they opened Sea Life Florida, a brand new aquarium experience, and they're clearly not slowing down anytime soon. For fans of Lego, space, or just great family attractions, these coasters are shaping up to be a major addition to the theme park landscape in 2026. If you want to stay in the loop, Legoland has sign-up links for email updates. And that's it for that one. Quick thoughts on the Legoland coasters. First off, I'm excited about this. I know that these are aimed towards kids. Legoland itself is aimed towards toddlers, but I've been waiting for more excuses to go check out these parks finally. The coaster is being billed as the most technologically advanced attraction Legoland has ever built. And Merlin says it's not just a ride. It's a fully immersive mission that starts the moment you enter the building. So what I think that means is Legoland is taking a page out of Disney theme parks and Universal theme parks, and they're going more immersive with it. Instead of just waiting in a plain old boring line and jumping on a boring ass roller coaster and just doing a couple of cool things and that's it. They're giving you a story now to go along with the ride, which I think is huge. I think this is where theme parks are heading. Obviously, this is where theme parks are heading. We've seen that with some of these new rides that have been opening up. The immersion, the storytelling of it all is just becoming a bigger focus when it comes to rides and attractions at theme parks. Legoland got the hint. They heard that people want these kind of attractions more, and that's what they're giving us. And they're not holding back. $90 million was spent on these expansions, so you know they're going to be good. And it's happening at both Cali and Florida, which is great. But that is going to do it today for our featured stories of the week. But the news doesn't end there, because coming up next is the Express Lane segment. I think I've got like 15 news headlines to get to today. We'll breeze through them, and then I've got some videos to react to as well. Yeah, but right now we're going to do some quick housekeeping. If you are not following on social media, please follow me at Theme Pahk Pod. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting a lot of short form content over there. So please follow me on social media. It'll keep you updated. It's the best way to stay updated on what's going on. If I ever have a delay where I'm not going to get an episode in time or something like that, I'll post it on social media so you can see. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. That will go a long way. The YouTube channel continues to grow. In fact, last week's episode was another hit. As far as my standards go, it wasn't quite 5,000 views a hit, but we did get over 1,000 views. I believe the last time I checked, it was like 1,200 views on the podcast. So shout out to everybody coming over and checking out the show and hitting subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys. It goes a long way when you guys hit subscribe and like. I'm a brand new content creator. I say that all the time, but it's true. When you're new to YouTube, and you don't have a built-in fan base, it can be a slow drag to build up a YouTube channel. And for us to only be at it for 10 weeks now, 9 weeks now, and we're already at 420 subscribers, that's a big deal, man. At least in my book, that's a big deal. Just want to give you the heads up. I do want to get monetized on this channel. I'm sure YouTube is already feeding you guys ads when you come to the videos, but hopefully if we continue to grow at the pace we're at, within a couple of weeks, we will be monetized. Some of these podcasts are getting absolutely out of hand with the amount of ads that they throw. And how come it feels like every time an ad comes on, the volume of the ad is always like 10 decibels higher than the normal volume of the show? I love listening to podcasts to fall asleep to, but my options to listen to podcasts at nighttime are becoming very limited because every single show has 20 different ads that interrupt the show, and the volume is at like 1,000,000 decibels higher. So I'll be like just about to fall asleep, and then an ad will come on, and it's the loudest fucking thing. Hey, did you know we've got theme park tickets for 50% off? And it's like, bro, I was just trying to sleep. What happened to that volume? What happened to the level of volume that you were at? Why do these ads have to be so fucking loud? So hopefully that is never me. Hopefully I never turn into that creator. If you're listening on those podcast platforms, listening audio only, be sure to give us 5-star reviews, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the show. But yeah, let's move on, guys, to the Express Lane segment of the week. And the rapid fire rundown where we serve up quick hits of park news, rumors, and updates you need to know. Some of these I won't spend much time on, so if they interest you, you may want to dive deeper with your own research. Others could spark a rant or a deep dive. All right, let's go. All right, guys, we're going to start off with some Universal news for you. First one, Universal's documentary drops this Thursday. The docuseries Epic Ride, The Story of Universal Theme Parks premieres July 24th on Peacock. That is this Thursday. It's set to explore the history and innovation behind Universal's parks across the globe. Definitely a must-watch for park nerds. And you know for a fact I'll be checking this out. This is right up my alley. I love documentaries. I love docuseries. I always have. It's very few and far between we get good ones about theme parks. So the fact that we're getting one about Universal Studios and Epic Universe, I'm all in on this. I cannot wait for this. Moving on, the Palace Arcade. The Palace Arcade at Universal Orlando has officially closed. John Murdy confirmed it'll be used for a Halloween Horror Nights house this year. Next one, Universal Studios Florida Lagoon Bridge is under heavy refurbishment. The shortcut from Springfield to the Wizarding World is closed, and crews have partially dismantled the bridge. Scaffolding, construction walls, and even some drained lagoon water are in place. For now, you'll have to go the long way around through the Men in Black section. Switching over to Disney news, Christmas in July, more like discounts in December. Disney just announced up to 20% off resort stays this holiday season. It applies to most nights between October 12th and December 25th, with bonus gift cards available for room and ticket packages. And don't forget, you do get a free Waterpark day on the day of your check-in with this and with a bunch of other resort stays as well. So don't ever forget that. You do get that free Waterpark day on your check-in. So yeah, it's not a bad deal if you're bringing the whole family. So you might want to look into that one. Next up, I've got some Muppetvision 3D news, believe it or not. Muppetvision 3D is gone, but not forgotten. Brian Henson, the son of Jim, revealed in an interview that all the Muppetvision animatronics were preserved in case Disney ever wants to bring it back. The attraction officially closed June 7th to make way for the upcoming Monsters, Inc. land. We've been talking about that. We were talking about that for a while back a few weeks ago. I do think Muppetvision 3D will pop up somewhere again someday soon. Could it be at Hollywood Studios in Orlando? Possibly. Most likely, though, I think it's going to end up at a brand new location. Maybe we take it to Cali somewhere, or maybe we put the show on a cruise ship. That was the thing that I predicted could happen. Either way, I really don't think Muppetvision 3D is gone for good. And it's nice to hear Brian Henson confirm that those animatronics were preserved. I mean, we knew that was going to happen. They weren't going to fucking throw them in the dumpster. So, but yeah, it is cool to hear it being confirmed by Jim's son. Next one. This one is fucking hilarious to me. Mr. Potato Head has left the building. The classic statue outside of Once Upon a Toy in Disney Springs has been replaced with a potted plant. Yes, a potted plant. And I don't mean any kind of potted plant. I mean a very small and underwhelming potted plant. This was from a couple of days ago. I don't know if it's still there or if they put something new. But as you can see here on the screen, they got rid of that big ass Mr. Potato Head and put this tiny, boring ass potted plant on the platform. What was the point of this? Why not just leave it empty? This potted plant by itself is hilarious. Like I said, I don't know if that's still there or not. Oh, here's another picture. So yeah, you've got the buzz on one side and then you've got the potted plant on the other. Just leave it empty. I'm sure you have the replacement coming soon. Just leave it empty. That shit is funny as hell to me though. Oh, that's usually what it looks like. Mr. Potato Head on the Play-Doh. Next one, Disney Waterpark Shuffle continues. After Labor Day, Disney will likely go back to only having one water park open at a time. Right now, Blizzard Beach is listed through September 7th, with no hours shown for Typhoon Lagoon beyond that. So yeah, some experts are predicting that Disney will be back down to only offering one water park for a couple of months starting September. And then it'll likely be back to two once the holiday season comes around. We'll see on that one. Next one, Disney changes their pass holder rules again. This is going to have a lot of pass holders really upset. Due to the hype around the new Starlight Nighttime Parade, Magic Kingdom will now require a reservation for pass holders at all times, even after 2 p.m., which used to be the open entry window. According to Disney's not permanent, but with Halloween and Christmas parties kicking off soon, expect limited flexibility throughout the rest of the year. Sorry, AP holders. Next is Marvel's First Family is heading to Disneyland. This just dropped right before I started recording. Starting Friday, July 25th, that is this Friday, by the way, members of the Fantastic Four, along with their trusty robot Herbie, will be making limited time appearances in Tomorrowland at Disneyland Park. You'll be able to meet them near the Tomorrowland Theater, just outside of Space Mountain. International fans, don't worry. Similar appearances are coming to Disneyland Paris and Hong Kong, where The Thing and Invisible Woman will be meeting guests at the Tomorrowland stage starting July 23rd. I've got some more Six Flags news in the Express Lane to wrap things up. Six Flags America is up for sale this August. Located in Maryland, the park is permanently closing this November, but it might not be the end exactly. Local officials are pushing for another amusement park to replace it. Is it going to happen? Off the top of my head, what my gut is telling me, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get another theme park. From what I reported on and read months ago, that land is like precious land in the area. It's also really, really expensive. Most likely this is going to turn into housing area. It's going to turn into a neighborhood. It's going to turn into stores and shops and random and probably gas stations, probably 20 different gas stations, because it seems like that's all we build in America nowadays is gas stations. I hate to be the Debbie Downer on that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the local officials are able to find someone to continue the legacy of theme parks in that area. Next one is Splash Island has landed at Six Flags Hurricane Harbor in Arlington, Texas. This kid-focused area features 7 slides, a 1,000-gallon bucket, and a mini tornado slide. It's the largest investment in the water park's 42-year history and perfect for young thrill seekers. So I thought that was pretty cool for all you people in Texas. And then some sad news for Texas. ZDT's amusement park is closing. Home of the unique wooden coaster Switchback, the park made the emotional announcement this week. It's been a staple in the community for almost 20 years. Hate to report on theme parks closing, but unfortunately in a couple of weeks, this theme park in Texas will be closing. Yeah, that sucks. Couple more. West Virginia now has a mountain coaster. The new Brush Creek Holler just opened outside Princeton, featuring a 3,400-foot twisted alpine track. It's the first mountain coaster in the state. I'm showing some POV footage of it right now as I was talking about it. Looks intense. I've actually never been on a mountain coaster before. Drop a comment. Let me know what they're like. Let me know what you like about them or possibly what you don't like about them. All right, let's get into our final segment of the week. I've got a few things to react to today, starting off with the Walt Disney animatronic that was officially released to the world a couple of days ago. I did not bring up the Disneyland 70th anniversary news. There was a lot going on at that park over there. I didn't get into any of it because I feel like it's been overdone this week. Everybody and their mother was talking about it. All of it broke out last week right after I recorded the podcast. So by the time I get to it today, you guys have already heard about all those updates. You guys have already seen the videos and all of that. But I did want to at least react myself to this Walt animatronic because a lot of people are upset about it. I wanted to just quickly let you guys know what I think of it. So I just have the video playing right now from Attractions Magazine. Pretty much everybody hates this animatronic. And the reason they hate it is because, well, for one, apparently Walt never wanted an animatronic built of himself. He specifically told everybody, do not ever create an animatronic about me or for me. And that is exactly what Disney did. So people are upset about that. I'm pretty upset about that too. I mean, it's not ruining my day or anything, but if the man, the creator of everything we have now is saying, don't make an animatronic about me or for me, based on me, whatever, don't do it. Listen to this man's wishes, you know? They should have never done it, but they did go through with it and they did make it. And the second reason a lot of people don't like it is because they're saying it doesn't look like Walt. Now, here's where my opinion is probably a lot different than most people's. I do think it looks like Walt. I don't think it looks exactly like Walt, but I think it's pretty close. You would swear that like it looks nothing like him by the way people are reacting. people are like highly offended about the face. We have to remember this is a robot. This is an animatronic, and it's hard to make humans look real for animatronics. We're used to seeing like animals and creatures and characters and stuff in animatronic form. This is easily the most lifelike animatronic we've ever seen Disney create. This is a game changer for animatronics. The way this animatronic is moving like a human is like scary to me. And especially right here from this zoomed out video, when it's not totally zoomed in on the video, I personally think it looks pretty close to Walt. Like I said, it probably shouldn't have been made to begin with since Walt never wanted this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Drop a comment. Let me know, am I completely out of line for saying it doesn't look that bad? Or do you possibly agree with me? Do you think some of these creators are just going a little over the top with the way they're reacting to this? Or do you think it's justified? Let me know in the comments section below. If you guys have been listening for a few weeks now, we've been having a reoccurring segment for the Epcot Dumbass of the Week. We don't have a Epcot Dumbass of the Week, but we do have a Thief of the Week, because here's footage of a squirrel stealing chicken tenders at Epcot. This squirrel here is stealing chicken tenders straight out of somebody's stroller. Look at this. Yo, he got a big ass piece of chicken too. There he goes. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Look, one more time. Look at this little guy. Went right in the box and everything. Let this video be a warning for you. If you're putting food in your strollers and then leaving them parked, more than likely some sort of animal is going to get into them. Not a good idea. You might want to lock up that food somehow so the squirrels can't get in. The Star Wars Droids, I believe that's what they're called, Droids, have made their official debut at the theme parks. Here's a video right here from Disney Food Blog. You guys, BDX Droids are at Hollywood Studios. Holy shit, that's loud. BDX Droids are at Hollywood Studios. Now, I'm not going to lie. I thought that these little robots have already been at the parks, but I think I thought that because I was seeing them in people's videos from the Imagineers when they went to go check out the Imagineer HQ. But now they have officially debuted at the parks. They're walking around all of Galaxy's Edge. They are awesome. These things are awesome. Look at these little guys. I cannot wait to meet them. The Imagineers did a great job with this. Cannot hold back on that one. The Imagineers absolutely killed it with these little robots. I think these are going to be a big hit. I really do. I think these are going to be a major, major social media hit. People are going to be dying to meet them and get videos with them. Oh, we got some audio on them. Awesome. The video cuts just as they're about to talk. But yeah, all right. That does it for today's episode, guys. I appreciate you all so much. By the way, I know it's going to be my luck. I'm going to hit stop on the recorder. I'm going to pack all the things away and get started on editing. I'm going to bust out my phone and I'm going to see a huge news story that broke out moments after I recorded. I'm going to be super upset about that. If there is any kind of big stories like that, I'll put them in the video description so you can check that out. But all right, guys, that's it for today's episode. I will see you next week on Tuesday. But until then, take care and peace out.